Good evening, wrestling fans. This is an Evolution of Pro Wrestling exclusive. I'm about to interview one of the best indie wrestlers of all time, if not the best, in New York City, Danny Maff. Good evening, Mr. Maff. Welcome to my show. How you doing?
Good evening. Thank you. That's one hell of an introduction. How do I follow that up, man?
Hey, no, I appreciate you being on my show. It's a privilege and an honor to have you on here. Some of my fans want to find out some stuff about your career. Is it okay if we ask you a few questions?
Sure, shoot, man.
All right, sir. Tell me about your career. How'd you start? Who inspired you to get into the wrestling ring?
Oh, wow. My father's I was kind of born into the business. My father was a referee back in the early, a long time ago. In the beginning of the Latino wrestling movement in New York, New Jersey, and the Northeast area. My father worked hand in hand with Donnie Rod, Jose Estrada, and guys like that, and JL Chico, and other guys for Ringside 41. And I was always around the wrestlers. And my father was a union. He was a commissioned referee.
Okay.
And at that time, he had to be employed by the New York, New Jersey State Athletic Commission to work in New York and New Jersey and Connecticut and Philadelphia and places like that. So my father was by the book, so he had his license, he had his paperwork, he had the whole deal. So when Vince McMahon Sr. would come into town, when he would come into the territory, my father would be one of those guys that would get the phone call to come and work in Asbury Park or in Allentown, Pennsylvania, or the Armory in Jersey City, or places like that. So I was always in my father's side pocket, so to say. The second I saw wrestling, I fell in with it.
Oh, okay. That's great, man.
Yeah, I absolutely loved the heels. I was always fascinated with the heels. I was always fascinated with Sergeant Slaughter as the heel, Don Morocco, Jimmy Snuka.
Oh, these are great names, man.
Yeah, I was always fascinated by those guys, by the Wild Samoans, Alpha and Sika. The Samoans, the heels always fascinated me. Superstar Billy Graham, all of these guys. There was something about the heels. They always the heels made it exciting for me. And Killer Khan and all these guys. It was great. And watching the heels, there was sometimes there were certain baby faces that would really cling on to, like Dusty Rhodes. I was a big fan of Dusty. I just loved Dusty's talk and the way he would talk and he would jive and all that stuff. But I think Dusty was probably the first baby face I really got behind. But other than that, man, I was a straight head case. I loved all the heels. I was always rooting for the heels. I was probably the only guy rooting for the Iron Sheik. When they were in the towel, when Arnold Skaaland threw in the towel.
Against Bob Backlund, yeah.
I think I was the only guy rooting for the Sheik. Like I said, I was, the first minute I saw that, I loved it.
No, those are great names you mentioned, man. I grew up watching wrestling too with those same legends. That's what my show is based about: the past and present and future. I love talking about old school wrestling, and I'm glad you mentioned those names. So it sounds like you've been in the industry quite a while now. So, because I've seen your videos, I've seen your photos, and you really made a big name for yourself. What was your greatest match of all time?
Wow, that's really hard to answer because I've had such special matches. I had so many special matches that I hold near and dear, to my heart. It's just so many moments, so many matches through the years. It wouldn't be fair for me to pin one one match and say, hey, this was it, this deal. So, I'll tell you, I've had some very memorable matches with BJ Whitmer, myself and BJ Whitmer against CM Punk and Steel. Vince Steel? Chris Steele in Chicago.
Okay.
That was a great, really good, special moment for me. The time, at Ace, when I wrestled Mario Bokura, at the time he was Ace, at the time he was Mo Sexton. My match with Jay Lethal have all been, incredible. I've had so many matches, when I was with the Hit Squad, and matches with LAX, Hit Squad against LAX.
Yeah, I remember that.
They were incredible matches that, I hold near and dear, to my heart. It's really not fair to just pinpoint.
No, I completely understand, sir. No, that's...
It's so many.
Yeah.
It's so many. And, and especially right now, the closer, the more my career winds down, the more special the matches become. And I'm smarter now. I'm a much smarter worker. And I kind of figured things out now at the end, but I'm having so much fun. I'm having a great time now. I think I'm putting out my best work now of my career. Which is funny. I don't understand it. I don't know how it happens. Kevin Matthews calls me the Benjamin Button of wrestling because I don't get old. I don't wanna like say my age or nothing, but
No. That's confidential. You don't got to share that here on the show. Don't worry about it. You look great. You look like you're in good shape. That's all that counts.
I will say this though: the first time I took a bump in a wrestling ring, the first time that I hit the mat was 1979.
Wow.
Okay, 1979 was the first time that I stepped into a wrestling ring. My father was yelling at me crazy when he found out I was in it. I was only a child, and it was just the first instant, man. I got the smell of that mat, and I hit the mat, and I heard really no sound because I was a child. I couldn't make a sound, but I was like, wow, like this is it, man. Like I felt like a god in that ring. Like, this is my stage. This is the stage. Oh my God, this is what the people look at. This is what it feels like to be up here.
Yeah.
And in my mind, then I started, oh man, I backed up this place is jam packed, and I'm in there and I'm running around doing things, but and all in all, I'm just a kid at heart. I'm a kid from a small town, a small city of Bayonne. Born in Newark, New Jersey, raised in Bayonne, New Jersey, my whole life. And I'm living the dream.
That's good, man.
I've had an incredible run. I've done so many things. I've traveled the world because of wrestling. Like I said, it was my father that was my natural relation to the business, but it was Fat Frank ultimately who put me in a wrestling ring for Jersey All Pro Wrestling. After I was done with high school and I had my education and everything, and against my father's wishes, I said, I'm going to join a wrestling school. And he's like, oh, you're crazy. You just got up at 17 surgeries. They just repaired your knee. We just got your knee back. You're not lifting anymore. I was like, listen, I got to know if I can do it. Because I don't do it.
No, it sounds like you're really passionate about this. Like, this is...
Wrestling's my life, man. Wrestling is my life. I know so many people because of wrestling.
Yeah. No, I completely understand, man. Like with the wrestling that you do, how do you stay in shape? Like what type of training you do in the gym? You know, just to keep yourself active and to dominate your opponents. You know.
I weightlift. I love to weightlift. I'm always in the gym. I try to be in the gym as much as I can. Right now, right now at this point of my life, I like to do, high intensity training, with high reps, short rest periods. I like to feel the burn. I like to shock the muscle, and in a way, it works my cardiovascular, side too. High reps, a lot of sets, short rest periods, and I have an excellent, workout partner, and we work out together. He's my tag team partner now. But like I said, we push each other, we work hard, and we're always looking to. I live by one more rep, man. Come on, we got one more rep, one more set.
That's good. No, that's awesome. That's the best way to stay in shape, man. As a professional wrestler, what advice would you have for new upcoming wrestlers in the industry? Like, what advice for them that want to be a wrestler?
Okay, especially right now. Now is the time. It's an incredible time to be a wrestling fan and a professional wrestler, an unsigned professional wrestler, because there's so many avenues and so many opportunities right now. Like I said, I wish I was 25 right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many opportunities right now. There's AEW, there's New Japan, there's Old Japan, there's NXT, there's WWE. There's Impact Wrestling. There's so many avenues. Ring of Honor. There's so many avenues. MLW. There's so many avenues right now in the business and opportunities for people who really want it.
Yeah.
I would say make what you can of the business. Don't let the business make you. You get what you put in into this business. If you want to sacrifice, if you want to put in the time and put in the effort, then you're going to make it somewhere. I was just looking today at, I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw a good friend of mine, Santana from LAX, and he said the grind never stops. Just because you get on top, the grind never stops. As a matter of fact, it gets harder. That's when you got to push yourself and work harder. It's true, the work never stops. But I would say to a young wrestler, make what you can out of the business, don't let it make you. And, be smart, be attentive, because the business will always be here. Don't let, sorry, that's my dogs.
It's okay.
I just got home. Don't let, don't give up on your personal. You only live your youth once.
Yeah, exactly.
You only live your youth once. You're only 25, 30, 33, one time. Live your life. If you're not sure, doing what you gotta do, live your life. Don't compensate anything. Don't take anything for granted. But if you're gonna go all the way, go all the way.
No, that's 100% genuine, and I really hope that these new up and coming indie wrestlers and professional wrestlers hear this now, of this sincerity, this passion that you have for it. It's an honor to have you on the show. I thank you for the interview. Now, if you wouldn't mind, if you want, you can promote your shows, your upcoming shows right on this show, and we'll air it.
Oh man, there's so many shows coming up.
Shoot, whatever you want to say, man. You got the floor.
Listen, you can always find me at my home promotion at WrestleFlow. WrestleFlow in New Jersey. You can always find me there. You can always find me on Twitter. You can always find me on Facebook. You can always find me at Super Crazy Pro Wrestling, WXWC4. Always follow me on those handles. And I'm an easy guy to find. I'm not hard to find. I try to stay busy. I try to stay, as relevant as I can, as busy as I can. Right now, I'm launching a new project. It's called Set for Slaughter. It's a new tag team I'm a part of, myself and Sean Donovan, and that's kicking off. We just kicked it off this year, and look for that team to come to any show near you. As a matter of fact, we're making our way to Florida pretty soon for USA Pro Wrestling.
Okay. All right, that sounds awesome, man. We're gonna be looking forward to that. Wrestling fans, you heard all his promotions. You heard his interview. Very sincere. As I said, one of the best, if not the best, indie wrestler in New York and New Jersey. Look forward to that interview on YouTube. I know we are, and I know you fans are. Thank you, Mr. Maff. It was a pleasure to interview you, sir, and we'll be in touch.
Well, thank you for the interview. Thank you for those kind words. Thank you for your support, and please, always, 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 never stop supporting independent wrestling, because without you, without the fans, without all of these outlets and social media,
absolutely, sir.
Indie wrestling does not happen.
100%, sir. You have my sincerity.
We're not getting rich. We don't do this to get rich. We do this for the love.
Exactly. I know. I completely understand, sir. It's the passion.
That's right. We do this for the thrill of entertaining those fans, and we're all little boys living our dream. Thank you very much for your support, and always keep supporting independent wrestling. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you.
All right. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye. Thank you, wrestling fans, for joining us in this Evolution of Pro Wrestling exclusive. Thank you for tuning in for the interview with Danny Maff. We're going to be putting up some exclusive events and ways you can follow him on our Facebook page. Again, fans, he's a great wrestler, great indie wrestler, probably the greatest of all time in New York and New Jersey. Thanks for joining us, fans, for this exclusive interview. Have a good night.